Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing? This is a spur of the moment thing, so if anybody's out there, hi, good morning, or evening, afternoon. On this, it's all relative. Mark one eyeballs. That's the important thing sometimes. But my name's Brian. You can see right there, and I'm a poet, and we do poetry on this channel, and I'm going to play some music I made from poetry using AI. I'm not going to go through my usual spiel. I'm just going to start playing some stuff, and hopefully people will join. Big Chief, you're first in. How are you doing? Well, Kathy, how's it going, Miss Scroggins? Well, I'm just going to play something. This is just random stuff. Oh, definitely going to play some from yesterday, but not quite yet. Let me go to the right folder here. Let's go. This one's been in my head all morning, so.
The matters, I ain't got no man. Big boy opened his mouth and said, trouble with you is you ain't got no head. If you had a head and used your mind, you could have me with you all the time. She answered, babe, what must I do?
You should take that act on the road because you're really hilarious this morning, aren't you?
I heard a fire buzz when I died. The stillness in the room was like the stillness in the air between the heaves of storm. The eyes around had wrung them dry, and breaths were gathering firm for that last onset when the king be witnessed in the room. I willed my keepsake signed away. What portion of me be assignable? And then it was there interposed the fly with blue uncertain stumbling buzz between the light and me. And then the windows failed, and then I could not see to see. What portion of me be assignable? And then it was there interposed to fly with blue uncertain stumbling buzz between the light and me. And then the windows failed, and then I could not see to see. Suddenly break the branch or hope to find the white heart over the white world. Glance aside, not for less, do not spell old enchantments. Let them sleep. Not too deep. Lift your eyes where the roads dip and where the roads lie. See only there where the gray light meets the green air. The hermit chapel, the pilgrim's prayer. I met the bishop on the road, and much said he and I. Those breasts are flat and falling now. Those be dry. Live in a heavenly mansion, not in some foul sty. Fair and foul are near of kin, and fair needs foul, I cried. My friends are gone, but that's the truth. No grave, no bed denied. Learned in bodily lowliness and in the heart's pride. A woman can be proud and stiff when on love intent, but love is Fish's mansion in the place of excrement. But nothing can be so that has not been rent. A woman can be proud and stiff when on love intent, but love is Fish's mansion in the place of excrement. For nothing can be so low that has not been rent.
You're funny. You and Irish should team up and take your act on the road. No, appreciate it, man. No. Excuse me. Too much coffee. No, I actually slept in. I slept in till like almost 6:30, and I was just like, eh. So I went and got my breakfast, and I came back, and Miriam was just done, because when I went down to get breakfast, she was going on, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I might as well just go online. Oh, yeah. So don't have too much fun at work. And let's play some more. Sorry, play this one. Let's see here. Ha!
I had a little sorrow, born of a little sin. I found a room all damp with gloom and shut us all within. And little sorrow weeps, said I, and little sin prayed God to die. And I upon the floor will lie and think how bad I've been. Alas, for pious planning, it mattered not a whit. As far as gloom went in that room, the lamp might have been lit. My little sorrow would not weep. My little sin would go to sleep. To save my soul, I could not keep my glad.
You know, I really didn't start drinking coffee regularly until recently. You know, because I can get it free down. Well, actually, it's been recently, relatively recently. I can get it free down at the stores. Yeah, don't have too much fun. Oh yeah, baby. How's it going, Dee? Let's play this one. I gotta find it. I guess we can keep on with the theme there, sort of. What theme might that be? I don't know. It's too early in the morning, and I've only been up for a little over an hour.
I've stayed in the front yard all my life. I wanna peek at the back where it's rough and untended and hungry weed grows. A girl gets sick of a rose. I wanna go in the backyard now and maybe down the alley to where the charity children play. I want a good time today. They do some wonderful things. They have some wonderful fun. My mother sneers, but I say it's fine. How they don't have to go in at 8:45. My mother, she tells me that Johnny May will grow up to be a bad one, that George will be taken to jail soon or late. On account of last winter, he sold our back gate, but I say it's fine. Honest, I'd like to be a bad woman and wear the brave stockings of night black lace and strut down the street with paint on my face.
That was my ex-girlfriend. You didn't talk to her until she had at least a cup and a half in her. Yeah. No wonder it was destined to fail. No. Well, it's free. All right. Can y'all hear me through this? Okay. Hello. Because yeah, we're having some issues here. Probably my backwoods internet. Safer to poke an angry bear. Yeah. All right, let's play another one. Play another one from the nice and chill.
Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon. Bees escaping out the moon. Bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing. Silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon. Bees escaping out the moon. Bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing. Silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. When curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower.
I'm gonna play this one.
Apnick Sweeney spread his knees, letting his arm down to laugh. The zebra stripes along his jaw, swelling to maculate giraffe. The circles of the stormy moon slide westward toward the river plate. Death and the raven drift above, and Sweeney guards the horned gate. Gloomy Orion and the dog are veiled and hushed, the shrunken seas. The person in the Spanish cape tries tries to sit on Sweeney's knees, slips and pulls the tablecloth, overturns a coffee cup, reorganized upon the floor. She yawns and draws a stocking up. The silent man in mocha brown sprawls at the windowsill and gapes. The waiter brings in oranges, bananas, figs, and hothouse grapes. The silent vertebrate in brown contracts and concentrates, withdraws. Rachel Narabinovich tears at the grapes with Murr's paws. She and the lady in the cape are suspect, thought to be in league. Therefore the man with heavy eyes declines the gambit, shows fatigue, leaves the room and reappears outside the window, leaning in. Branches of wisteria circumscribe a golden grin. The host with someone indistinct converses at the door apart. The nightingales are singing near the convent of the Sacred Heart. And sang within the bloody wood when Agamemnon cried aloud and let their liquid siftings fall to stain the stiff, dishonored shroud.
I love that one. Let's see here. Yes. If you can't laugh, especially at yourself, yeah. Cool. Gaming. Yeah. I don't game that much. Especially online, the backwoods internet. The only game I've been playing lately, those bubble shooter games that come with your phone? Those are addictive. Let's play a couple more, and then we'll figure it out.
this much, let me avoid. You are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore less gone? On all that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers too deep, while I weep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a What lips my lips have kissed, and where and why I have forgotten, and what arms have lain under my head till morning. But the rain is full of ghosts tonight. That tap and sigh upon the glass and listen for reply, and in my heart there stirs a quiet pain for unremembered lads that not again will turn to me at midnight with a cry.
Well, let's see here. Usually, when I'm indecisive about something, I just say fuck it and don't do it. But if there's extenuating circumstances and stuff, don't know. Just don't come to the United States right now. It's us in our proto-dystopian times. You can always say there's always later, but go, not go. Maybe you should. All right, let's up tempo this a little bit here, okay? Go here. Actually, I should have just went there and go here, and I can go here, and we can go.
Here lies a lady of beauty and high degree of chills and fever. She died of fever and chill. The delight of her husband, her aunts, an infant of 3, and of medicals marveling sweetly on her ill. For either she burned and her confident eyes would blaze, and her fingers fly in a manner to puzzle their heads. What was she making? Why nothing? She sat in a maze of old scraps of laces snipped into curious shreds. Or this would pass and the light of her fire decline, till she lay discouraged and cold as a thin stalk, white and blown, and would not open her eyes to kisses to wine. The 6th of these 8s was her last. The cold settled down. Sweet ladies, long may ye bloom, and toughness I hope ye may thaw. But was she not lucky in flowers and lace and mourning? In love and great honor we bade God rest her soul. After 6 little spaces of chill and 6 of burning.
yes, sending positive vibes your way and your sister's way. Honestly, one of the reasons I'm glad, it's one of the reasons and one of the frustrations about this idea that I had to do this and what we're doing here, and the fact that, it's the way things are here, is that if I could make this a going concern, I could pick up stakes and go. It would allow me some independence, because right now I'm more dependent because, I draw disability from my time in the military through the VA. But yeah, definitely positive vibes for your sister. But one has to hope. Because remember, the only thing that Pandora was able to get back in the box was hope.
Red birds, long and long ago. What a honey call you had in hills I used to know. Red bud, buckberry, wild plum tree, and proud river sweeping southward to the sea. Brown and gold in the sun, sparkling far below, trailing stately round her bluffs where the poplars grow. Red birds, are you singing still as you sang one May Day on Saxon's Hill? Red birds, long and long ago. What a honey call you had in hills I used to know. Red bud, buckberry, wild plum tree, and proud river sweeping southward to the sea. Brown and gold in the sun, sparkling far below, trailing stately round her bluffs where the poplars grow. Red birds, are you singing still as you sang one May Day
Yes, life events and addiction are not something to be trifled with at times, especially when it's concerning family. I know I'm actually probably going to see my brother I haven't seen in almost a decade today. He sent me a message. He's coming up to see my sister. Her best friend's mother passed away after dealing with a very nasty form of dementia. So my sister's coming up to be with, her friend who's also like my sister, because I watch them all grow up. So he's coming up there with him. I get a message. Hey man, can you get me some weed? Not, hey, you want to hang out a little bit? Hey, can you get me some weed? Oh, family. So I'm going to play a couple more. Here, we haven't heard this one in a while. Eurovision time.
In cock-wattle sunset or gray dawn, when the dagger points again of longing for what was never home, we needs must turn away from the voices that cry, come, that undersea ding-donging. Dingle-dongle bells and bluebells snap, drawn solstice lunar love. The wasps are pulling the honey, or the lamp soft on the snow. These are the times at which the will is vulnerable, fingers slow, the spirit lonely. These are the times at which aloneness is too right, when homesick for the hollow heart of the Milky Way, the soundless clap calls and we would follow. But earth and will are stronger and nearer, and we stay. Dingle-dongle bells and bluebells snap, dragon solstice lunar love. The wasp circling the honey, or the lamp soft on the snow. These are the times at which the will is vulnerable, the trigger finger slow, the spirit lonely. These are the times at which aloneness is too right, when homesick for the hollow heart of the Milky Way, the soundless clapper calls and we would follow. But earth and will are stronger and nearer, and we stay.
Well, got a story. And now this brother, he was the one that was cruel to me. If you've watched any of my interviews, the oldest one was the one who took advantage of me. The middle one was the one who was cruel. And back in 1989, the summer of, I was working for the school, because they let the students do that stuff for summer jobs and stuff. And I just started smoking and everything, and he had fronted me a quarter of weed. $35, mind you, that's almost $100. Equivalent to almost, I just looked it up, almost $100, like 90 some odd dollars in today's money. Fronted it to me, and I had no choice but to pay him the money. And it was mostly seeds and seed hulls. I didn't know what I was doing because, I just started, and if I had told him, fuck you, I'm not giving you the money because you ripped me off, he'd have told Mom. I didn't want Mom to find out. So, yeah. Oh, I'll help him out. Because it's better to just, resentment and stuff aside. That's just how things goes with things sometimes. Let's play this one.
All thoughts, all passions, all delights, whatever stirs this mortal frame, all are but ministers of love and feed his sacred flame. Oft in my waking dreams do I live o'er again that happy hour, when midway on the mount I lay beside the ruined tower. The moonshine stealing o'er the scene had blended with the lights of Eve, and she was there, my hope, my joy, my own dear Genevieve.
She leant against the armored rounded statue of the armed knight. She stood and listened to my lay amid the lingering light. Few sorrows hath she of her own, my hope, my joy, my Genevieve. She loves me best whene'er I sing the songs that make her grieve.
I played a soft and doleful air, I sang an old and moving story, an old rude song that suited well that ruin wild and hoary.
She listened with a flitting blush, with downcast eyes and modest grace, for well she knew I could not choose but gaze upon her face.
I told her of the knight that wore upon his shield a burning brand, and that for 10 long years he wooed the lady of the land.
I told her how he pined, and the deep, the low, the pleading tone
With which I sang another's love, interpreted my own.
She listened with a flitting blush,
With downcast eyes and modest grace, and she forgave me that I gazed too fondly on her face.
but when I told the cruel scorn that crazed that bold and lovely knight, and that he crossed the mountain woods, nor rested day nor night,
That sometimes from the savage din, and sometimes from the darksome shade, and sometimes starting up at once in green and sunny glade, there came and looked him in the face an angel beautiful and bright, and that he knew it was a fiend this miserable night. murderous band, safe from outrage worse than death, the lady of the land. And how she wept and clasped his knees, and how she tended him in vain, and ever strove to expiate the scorn that crazed his brain, and that she nursed him in a cave, and how his madness went away when on the yellow forest leaves a dying man he lay. His dying words, but when I reached that tenderest strain of all the ditty, my faltering voice and pausing harp disturb her soul with pity. All impulses of soul and sense that thrilled my guileless Genevieve, the music and the doleful tale, the rich and balmy, and hopes and fears that kindle hope, an undistinguished shadow throng, and gentle wishes long subdued, subdued and cherished long. She wept with pity and delight, she blushed with love and virgin shame, and like the murmur of a dream, I heard her breathe my name. Her bosom heaved, she stepped aside, as conscious of my look she stepped. Then suddenly with timorous eye she fled to me and wept. She half enclosed me with her arms, she pressed me with a meek embrace, and bending back her head looked up and gazed upon my face. 'Twas partly love and partly fear, and partly 'twas a bashful art, that I might rather feel than see the swelling of her heart. I calmed her fears and she was calm, and told her love with virgin pride, and so I won my Genevieve, my bright and beauteous bride.
Yeah, bloody siblings. Actually, I think you should go then. If this is a victory, we celebrate victories of the people we love. You know, like my brother, was bad on stuff, you know, not the weed, but really hard stuff. And from what I understand, he's been clean from that for over a year, so which is, you know, good for him. But yes, your middle brother and my middle brother would probably use similarities there. Cordial. Yeah, it's best to be cordial. That's probably how I'm going to then. But yes, definitely congratulations to your youngest sister and stuff. Yeah, varies head in the sound. Actually, that's a pretty good line. She varies her head in the sound. Uno momento. Ah! Yep. Yippee! Thank you for the line, T. If I make anything of it, I'll dedicate it to you. All right. Let's play some more. Here.
At the top of the house, the apples are laid in rows, and the skylight lets the moonlight in. mouse in the wainscot scratches and scratches, and then there is no sound at the top of the house of man. Or mice in the cloud is blown, and the moon again dapples the apples with deep eyes. The silver streams out of the moon, those moonlit apples of dreams, and quiet is the steep stair. Under in the corridors, under there is nothing but sleep, and stiller than ever on orchard boughs they keep. Tressed with the moon, and deep is the silence, deep on moon-washed apples of wonder. There is a pleasure in the pathless woods. There is a rapture on the lonely shore. There is a society where none intrudes by the deep sea, and music in its roar. I love not less, but nature more. From these our interviews, in which I steal from all I may be or have been before, to mingle with the universe
right, let's step it up a bit.
I sought a thing, I sought for it in vain. I sought it daily for 6 weeks or so. Maybe at last, being but a broken man, I must be satisfied with my heart, although winter and summer till old age began. My circus animals were all on show, those stilted boys, that burnished chariot, lion and woman, and the Lord knows what. What can I but enumerate old themes? First, that sea rider hoisted, led by the nose, through 3 enchanted islands, allegory, poor dreams, vain gaiety, vain battle, vain repose. Greetings of the embittered heart, or so it seems, that might adorn old songs or courtly shows. But what care that set him on to ride? I starred for the bosom of his fairy bride. And then a counter-truth filled out its play. The Countess Kathleen was the name I gave it. She, pity-crazed, had given her soul away, but masterful heaven had intervened to save it. I thought my dear must her own soul destroy, so did fanaticism and hate enslave it. And this brought forth a dream, and soon enough this dream itself had all my thoughts and love. And when the fool and blind man stole the bread, Cuchulainn fought the ungovernable sea. Heart mysteries there, and yet when all is said, it was the dream itself enchanted me. Character isolated by a deed, to engross the present and dominate memory. Layers and painted stage all my love, and not those things that they were emblems of. Those masterful images, because complete, grew in pure mind, but out of what began a mound of refuse, or the sweepings of a street. Old kettles, old bottles, and a broken can. Old iron, old bones, old rags, that raving slut. Who keeps the till now that my ladder's gone? I must lie down where all the ladders start, in the foul rag and bone shop of the heart.
Shot from a bower eaves, he rode between the barley sheaves. The sun came dazzling through the leaves, and flammed upon the brazen greaves of bold Sir Lancelot. A Red Cross Knight forever kneel to a lady in his shield, that sparkled on the yellow field beside remote Shalott. Some branch of stars we see hung in the golden galaxy. The bridal bells rang merrily as he rode down from Camelot. And from his blazing barrack slung a mighty silver bugle hung. And as he rode, his armor rung beside old Shalott. sunlight glowed on burnished hooves. His warhorse strode from underneath. His helmet flowed, his coal black curls as on he rode, as he rode down from Camelot. From the bank and from the river, he flashed into the crystal mirror. Tiralira, tiralira, sang Sir Lancelot. Oh, she left the web, she left the loom. She made 3 paces through the room. She saw the water flower bloom. She saw the helmet and the plume. She looked down to Camelot. Out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side. The curse has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott.
I love this one.
There are hermit souls that live withdrawn in the place of their self-content. There are souls like stars that dwell apart in a fellowless firmament. There are pioneer souls that blaze the paths where highways never ran. But let me live by the side of the road and be a friend to man. Let me live in a house by the side of the road where the race of men go by. The men who are good and the men who are bad, as good and as bad as I would not sit in the scorner's seat, nor hurl the cynic's ban. Let me live in a house by the side of the road and be a friend to man. I see from my house by the side of the road, by the side of the highway of life, the men who press with the ardor of hope, the men who are faint with the strife. But I turn not away from their smiles and tears, both parts of an infinite plan. Let me live in a house by the side of the road and be a friend to man. I know there are brook-like meadows ahead and mountains of wearisome height that the road passes on through the long afternoon and stretches away to the night. And still I rejoice when the travelers rejoice and weep with the strangers that mourn. Nor live in my house by the side of the road like a man who dwells alone. Let me live in my house by the side of the road where the race of men go by. They are good, they are bad, they are weak, they are strong, wise, foolish, so am I. Then why should I sit in the scorner's seat or hurl the cynic's ban? Let me live in my house by the side of the road and be a friend to man.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that poem, and it's the hope in it. Yeah, because like I said earlier, that was the one of the only thing that Pandora was able to get back into the box. The Greeks, they knew what they were talking about for the most part. You know, you gotta love them. All right. Hmm. Hmm. Let's play this one.
The trees are in their autumn beauty. The woodland paths are dry. Under the October twilight, the water mirrors a still sky. Upon the brimming water among the stones are 59 swans.
The 19th autumn has come upon me since I first made my count. I saw before I had well finished all suddenly mount and scatter, wheeling in great broken rings upon their clamorous wings. I have looked upon those brilliant creatures, and now my heart is sore. All's changed since I, hearing at twilight the first time on this shore, the bell beat of their wings above my head, trod with a lighter tread.
Unworried still, lover by lover, they paddle in the cold. Companionable streams or climb the air, their hearts have not grown old. Passion or conquest, wonder where they will attend upon them still. But now they drift on the stiller, mysterious, beautiful. Among what rushes will they build? By what lake's edge or pool? Delight men's eyes when I awake someday to find they have flown away. When you are old and gray and full of sleep, and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once, and of their shadows deep. How many love your moments of glad grace, and loved your beauty with love false or true. But one man loved a pilgrim soul in you, and loved the sorrows of your changing face. beside the glowing bars. Murmur a little sadly how love fled, and paced upon the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. How many love your moments of glad grace, and love your beauty with love false or true? But one man loved the pilgrim soul in you, and loved the sorrow of your changing face. Of glad grace, and love your beauty with love false or true. But one man loved the pilgrim soul in you, and loved the sorrows of your changing face. Oh yeah.
Realized Irish. I've been playing a lot of William Butler Yeats today. So, all right, one more, and then I'm gonna call it a day. And you know what that means? No, not that one. This one. Have an awesome day and all that jazz. And like and subscribe and blah blah blah. All right, let's go out on up tempo. And if you're still listening, T, Wombat by Douglas Alexander Stewart. Ah.
Hi there, old pig, old bear, old bristly and gingery. Wombat out of the red earth peering gingerly. Was there some thud afoot in the midst and the silence that stiffens whisker and ear and sounds fierce absence? Some smell means I see the dewdrop trembling upon the rushes. All else is the mist. Now river and rocks and red, poor lump of movable clay, snuffling and blinking too thick in the head to know what thumps in your thinking. Rears in the red. Easy, whole tree roots companion, down there where your burrow dips in its yellow shadow. 'Cause the
Hey, you got here right as I was signing off. By the way, what happened to that video? I was in the middle of beginning of watching it, and suddenly it went poof. Yeah. All right, I'll play one more. Here. Oh, I like the as my ending, but here, Becky. Oh, let's do something heavy. Where is it? Let's do here. Ah!
Tis midnight o'er the dimmer's lonely bosom. Dark, dusky, windy midnight swift are driven. The swelling vapors onward, every blossom bathes its bright petals in the tears of heaven. Imperfect half-seen objects meet the sight. The other half our fancy must portray. One dull, lengthened sheet of swimming light lies the broad lake. The moon conceals her ray. Sketched faintly by a pale and lurid gleam, shot through the glimmering clouds. The lovely planet is shrouded in obscurity. The scream of owl is silent, and the rocks of granite rise tall and drearily, while damp and dank hang the thick willows on the reedy bank. Beneath the gurgling eddy slowly creep, blackened by foliage and the glutting wave that zaps eternally the cold grey steep. Sounds heavily within the hollow cave. All earth is restless from his glossy wing. The heat fowl lifts his head at intervals. Wet, driving, rainy come the bursting squalls. All nature wears her dun-dead covering. Tempest is gathered and the brooding storm spreads its black mantle over mountains form, and mingled with the rising roar is swelling from the far hunter's booth, the bloodhounds yelling. The waterfalls in various cadence chiming, or in one loud unbroken sheet descending. Salute each other through the night's dark womb. The moaning pine trees to the wild blast bending are pictured faintly through the checkered gloom. The forest halfway up the mountain climbing resound with crash of falling branches quiver. Enrages mossy trunks. The startled doe leaps from a leafy lair. The swelling river winds his broad stream, majestic, deep and slow.
All right. Well, one thing up here. Which video? The one where you were talking about the one Rabbit did about the needle and you and stuff. I'm kind of in the middle of watching that one right now. I'll put my email in the chatter. It's in there on that. Cool. I played some pretty cool ones today, variety and stuff, because I wasn't going to go on, but I was watching her do her thing in rainy Copenhagen, in the rainy city. And I went down to go get breakfast and some coffee, and y'all were done. And so I decided to go on for a little while, and now I have stuff I got to go do. Yes, the rain, people's parades got rained on, huh? I guess I have to go back and watch that. Yes, I'll put my video here. Raining yet, you're there. But more to come, yep. All right, I'll play two more. Here. Yeah, because here's that, Becky, here is that email address for you. Yeah, I was like watching it and it went, videos unavailable. So, okay. But yeah, there's my email address if y'all just want to say hi or whatever. Here, let me play something here. Oh, I'll play this one again since you just came on, but you can watch it here. Oh, no. Let's see here. Oh, boy. Let's play this one.
She suddenly dropped dead. We chew it slowly, that last apple pie. Shocked into sleeplessness, you're scared of bed. We never could talk much, and now don't try. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular, each butt, each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks, for all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular, each butt, each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks, for all
no, thank you. And I totally understand. Believe me, I do. All right, let's play a couple more. Why not? It's not like I don't have the songs to play. I have hours and hours of songs. Well, hours of songs, not hours and hours and hours of songs, but I've got a lot of them. Let me find one here. Oh, not that one. Or I'm just going to have to do a... No, not that one. Get your crap together, Brian. I says to myself, wondering if I ever will. Here. I was going to play this one anyways.
He sleeps on the top of a mast with his eyes fast closed. The sails fall away below him like the sheets of his bed, leaving out in the air of the night the sleeper's head. Asleep he was transported there, asleep he curled. Of his reflection. A gull had wings under his and remarked that the air was like marble. He said, up here I tower through the sky, for the marble wings on my tower top fly. But he sleeps on the top of his mast with his eyes closed tight. The gull inquired into his dream, which was, I must not fall. The spangled sea below wants me to fall. It is hard as diamonds, it wants to destroy us
All right. This is the last one because I got an anxious chihuahua looking at me and I don't want him to pee in the living room floor. And I got stuff I got to go do. You are way too kind, Becky. Way too kind. And Miriam, go back a little ways. And the reggae song is there, so something for you to look forward to if you do the replay crew on the rest of your journey home, because it's just been mainly me talking a little bit, but mainly songs. So we're going to end it on a little bit of whimsy from our from channel favorite E.E. Cummings, which was this little whimsical one called Flotsam and Jetsam, if I can find it. Right here. Flotsam and Jetsam.
Flotsam and jetsam are gentlemen poets. Ursapil netsam are spinsters and quits. Thoroughly British, they scout the inhuman. The fetish, that man isn't woman. By the millennium, 3 cheers, give all things to any one bugger thy neighbor. Neck and synecty are gentlemen poets. Even whose recti are covered by Lloyds. Flotsam and jetsam are gentlemen poets. Here's Sapil netsam are spinsters and thoroughly British. They skin human, Italian fetish. That man isn't a woman. By the millennium, 3 cheers for labor. Give all things to anyone, bugger thy neighbor. Neck and synecty are gentlemen poets. Even whose recti are covered by Lloyds. Neck and synecty are gentlemen poets. Even whose recti are covered by Lloyds. Covered by Lloyds.
Honestly, when I hear that, a recti covered by Lloyd's, I wonder. You know, they've covered women's legs and stuff. So I don't know. Interesting, ain't it? All right. I'll see y'all around in the chats later. I got stuff I got to go do. I hope so. Spread the word. We need more viewers. I want to make this a going concern. I talked about that earlier. So, yes.